Hello, this is Judy and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm working on day 26 of Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and this sketch is designed by Susanna Lee. Thank you to Susanna for letting us use this sketch, and thank you to Chrissy for putting this together. This has been a great round, all the best sketches of the 9 series that she's had so far. And this one's going to be a quick video because I've ready to get this over with. We're down to the last few days. So I see a striped paper in the background, the 4 photos, some flags, and looks like even could be a white base, some hearts for embellishing, and maybe a border down here. You know I'm all about the borders, and a title at the bottom. So I brought out the Tutti Frutti collection from Close to My Heart. I am a maker. If you need anything, my links are in the video description below. I love this collection. It's so bright and colorful, and I don't have any photos of popsicles or ice cream yet. So I have photos of my granddaughters doing a ceramics project, and they just loved it. They love to make these little animals and then paint them, and then they will fire them, and then they can go back and pick them up, and they're glazed, and they're just so cute. But they had a ball, and I wanted to remember that, and I'm going to use these colors because they're the colors in the photos. They have the purple and the pink. There's no yellow, but, well, I could find yellow there. I can find yellow on the paintbrushes, but that's beside the point. But what I'm trying to point out is that even though this collection is like fruit themed and lollipops and sunglasses and summertime, you don't have to use them for that. You can use them just as fun colors, fun icons that, you know, can be used in different ways. So don't limit yourself to what is on the paper that's only can be used for that. Use them for other things. If the colors match and they look pretty, that's all that really counts, right? And the photos are going to shine. That's the idea. So what I'm going to do is cut the photos down. I need 4 of them. There might be a couple more. I can probably squeeze a couple out of this one. There's nothing over here I really want. I do want to show this because it looks like they are already made. The clay is already done, and they just pick out what they want and they paint it. So I want them to remember and see that that was there. And then she's here, so I can cut these 2 separate. So I'll see what I can do to get 4 photos on this page. And for the top, yeah, I have a whole bunch of these zip strips from the collection. It's from the bulk paper, and I had them sitting there, and I'm like, I need a striped paper. I don't have a striped paper. Well, I didn't have to have a striped paper, but that was on the sketch, so I'm thinking I would like to use a striped paper. And these zip strips were sitting there, and I have a lot of them from the collection, so I'm going to try and use them. And I just thought I would just layer them right at the top, one after another, and have that striped border at the top. So I'm going to get those things done, and then I will be back. I'll probably ink the edges of these just to give them some more definition, because they are lighter pastel colors against the white. And on this sticker sheet, there are some border strips, so I might use this one at the bottom, and I might use this one to give me a separation where these are going to come out. To show you before I do any more, I put the stripes down with liquid glue, and don't they look cool? That is so cool. They turn out really nice. Yeah, what I decided to do was use one layer for my photo mat and just spread the photos out evenly against it. I did have to trim them down a little bit to fit the size of the pink cardstock, and that is 4 1/4 by 10. So I'll have 1 inch on each side, and then I'll have my flags coming out below it. Okay, I got all the photos down, and now I'm going to mat it with foam, and I use fun foam for something this big, and I just need a little bit more for there so it doesn't warp in the middle. And I use liquid glass from Close to My Heart. And this is a really good dimensional adhesive. This bottle's almost gone, so let's see if I can get enough out of here to use. Good to the last drop, this one. It holds the fun foam really well. So get some on this piece. So I left enough room there to layer my flags underneath. That looks good. It's good if you have something to put over this to hold it down while that liquid glass grabs. It doesn't take very long to dry at all. Now for my flags. So I'm going to try to do a small pattern. This is no pattern, a very small pattern, and then a very busy pattern. Okay, so we're going to place them kind of like this. So another busy pattern would be over here. This is kind of a busy pattern. This is very busy. This is busy. All right, so let's take this one, separate that, put that one there. You put the busy one there, a busy one here, and then that's the light yellow, so we want to have a light yellow over here. That's blue, so this can be blue. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one on there unless I switch it with one. It kind of gives your eye a rest instead of putting so much there. That pink gives your eye a place to rest. I don't want to have the pink on the outside. I kind of like having the busiest ones there. I might want to switch this one though. There, that looks a little bit better. So I like that. Let's see. I think I'm going to put this border sticker at the bottom like I said in the beginning of the video. And I can put one at the top too, but it's going to cover up my zip strip. Let's see. Yeah, I think I really like that up there. I could put it here too. I think I like it at the top better. So I'm going to turn this around so I can see it. All right, I really like that. Okay, so I need to get these down and then think of my title. I was thinking about doing Life is Sweet, but there are a bunch of hearts on here I can incorporate into the layout and a bunch of the word sayings as well. So let me get the flags down and I will try to think of a title while I'm working on them. The flags are glued down. Now I'm going to look at some of these stickers to see what ones I can use. I like this, super cute. We can put it up here for her. And we can do amazing. I really like this yellow. This is happiness. Now I need to do my title. And I didn't leave a lot of room down here for my title, the flag. So I'm going to have to do a very fine script. I could do it up here though. Maybe be creative, huh? Or maybe I could do creative juice because we have the fruit. All right, so I'm going to make a title on my Cricut. I'll be right back. All right, I decided to use as a title, Getting Those Creative Juices Flowing. And I think it's very fitting. However, I think I asked a little too much of my Cricut, and look at how fine these lines are. This is how good this cardstock is. This is from Close to My Heart. This is with my old blade. I knew I needed to change it, but I pushed it and it didn't do well. It caught some of the paper because the blade was just old. I use my Cricut a lot. And so I cut it again, and it did much better the second time, but the V was still a little off. So I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that, but I got a couple pieces here so we can try and piece it on, but those are so thin and it cut so nice. And I also did the offset, and I did it with some of the mix-in papers for a behind the main letters, and it cut. This was the first cut here. It just caught right here, and this is the thinner paper. It's the printed paper. But when I changed my blade, it cut beautifully. So I'm going to put these together, and if I have to cut the V again, I can always do that. So what I'm going to do is put some of my glue on this scrap paper, and I probably show this in every video that I make. But I guess sometimes it's worth repeating, and I put way too much glue on there. But this glue doesn't work well in this fine tip bottle, so the sooner I use it up, the sooner I can put different glue in it that will come through. So I'll get my tweezers, and let's remove this paper first. And it's very important that you use a mat that's a little stickier for cutting these intricate pieces so that the paper doesn't move. You don't want it to have any looseness to it at all, because if it lifts up like this, it will make it even harder to cut. Look at how thin those letters are. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize they were that thin. Whoa. That is so thin. And if you hear any crunching, my dog has a bone. She's under the table, having a grand time. All right, so let's see if we can get this glued down. So I'm going to dip it in the glue, and I'm just going to get some pieces of it. As hard as this is going to be, it's like sinking into it. And then I'm going to tap it off, and hopefully I got enough glue on it. All right. And it doesn't matter which of the juices I use because they are both good. The title is really good looking. I like it. It was very tedious, but I think well worth it. I will remember not to cut so thin again, although I do like the little letters. I think what I could have done otherwise was to use a pen to draw that line and then cut out around it. That would have worked good too. I did fix the V here. What I did was I had that second pink layer cut out, and this part of the eye I cut off and I put it here, and I can see that it's there, but hopefully looking through the scrapbook in the future, no one will ever notice it. So the only thing I have left now is to add some little bitty pieces, and I'm going to use these hearts. And I think I'll also do some splatters. And there's tons of hearts on here. They're just sprinkled everywhere. Okay, let me add some shimmer before I go any further. And I'm going to use our flamingo. And you just shake these up, and the barrel is filled with a liquid with a lot of shimmer in it. So the better you shake it, the better shimmer splatters you'll get. Let me bring out a piece of my craft mat. I cut one. I have one that is the full size, and then I cut another one to be like my travel size. And they're well loved. They're very stained. A lot of ink in there, and I just squeeze it. It has a little push mark here, and I just squeeze it out onto the craft sheet to make sure my bristles have a lot of the ink on it. And then I just tap it. And I've got a big blob I'm going to put right there because there was something splattered there. Now I need to cover my photos. And I can do my journaling right here on this piece that is a solid resting space for your eyes so that you'll also be able to read the journaling. So that is really pretty. It turned out better than I thought it would. So I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you check out in the video description the playlist for everyone else that's playing along with this sketch. And thank you to Christy for putting this together. And thank you to Susanna Lee for making this sketch and letting us use it. And if you could like and subscribe if you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate it. Every little bit helps, right? So have a wonderful day. Close-ups at the end. Before I go, I wanted to give you some close-ups. I added a couple of more hearts. You might be able to see some of the shimmer with that shimmer brush. Isn't that paper fun? And those titles. Have a great day.